World of Warships make video happen. VTubing is a game changer for many aspiring content creators, opening up many avenues for them to do things they previously weren't willing to do or cannot do. And it's especially the case for a particular kind of people. People who value their privacy and security, or for people who wants to roleplay as anime characters. But for people like Ironmouse, VTubing is life-changing. And as VTubing changed her life, she too changed VTubing, becoming the face of one of the biggest VTuber companies ever, becoming an extremely influential and inspiring member of the community, and becoming the queen of Twitch VTubing. And how Ironmouse made it here? We're about to find out. But first, you know what else is made of iron?
Me! Hello, I'm Warson of Isagi Productions, and thanks for coming to my debut. World of Warships is a free-to-play game where you take control of ships like me, with top-notch graphics, lots of maps, and multiple ship classes to choose from. Whether you're into battleships, destroyers, aircraft carriers, or cruisers, even a sub. World of Warships releases new content every month, whether that be new ships, new items, classes, and all sorts of things. I guarantee you'll be crawling back to me every time. It's okay if you want to go play alone, but honestly, I want you and your friends to come play too. World of Warships is more than just a game. It's an entire museum, recreating actual vessels of First and Second World Wars. I'm also available on console, so you can take your pick on how you want to play with me. Download the game with the link in the description using promo code BRAVO for 500 doubloons, 1.5 million credits, and 7 days of premium account time. And after you complete 15 battles, in my honor, you get to choose one ship, either the USS Phoenix, the Kuma, Courbet, Dante Alighieri, or the HMS Wakeful. If I do a really good ara-ara, will you click the link in the description? Ara-ara. Now be a good boy and get in the game, you little...
Streaming and content creating wasn't what Ironmouse originally wanted to do. She at first actually trained to be an opera singer, but when her body succumbed to her genetic disease, her life plans came to a screeching halt. CVID left her bedridden, unable to pursue her passions, and very, very lonely. The condition required her to be far away from people, since the disease makes it so that she easily catches any kind of sickness. She also needed frequent plasma transfers to make up for the immunodeficiency. Due to this, she's felt lost, hopeless, ashamed of her own existence. She didn't feel like a normal person, and her family would resort to all sorts of desperate means like faith healing for her to at the very least feel better. But she never did. In fact, her health got worse. She would even lose her voice for an entire year due to yet another disease in her lungs, which resulted in her current voice sounding as squeaky as it does now. Confined and cut off from the rest of the world, the crippling loneliness took its toll on her, until she eventually decided to retire to the internet for the human interaction that she craved for. Seeing as she cannot really show her face due to her health issues, Mousy looked for other means to connect with people. And when she saw Kizuna Ai taking over the world and becoming one hell of a cultural icon, she found her inspiration. She wanted to follow in Ai's stead, but due to her being rendered immobile and having no money, she settled for a more basic setup. A friend helped her by purchasing Face Rig, and Mouse would get a free-to-use animated model from Stream to serve as her avatar. She first streamed on a streaming platform called YouNow before migrating to Twitch over a year later. At this time, Mouse was just a nobody among the sea of aspiring streamers. She barely had viewers, did not have a proper streaming setup, and made no money. From 2018 to 2020, after she moved to Twitch, Mouse didn't see much growth. She would get an average of 15 viewers in August of 2018 during her first stream on Twitch, and that audience would only grow to about 20 to 40 viewers in January of 2020. But despite not seeing much growth, she did not care. She wasn't here because she was on the grind like many aspiring content creators. She was here because she genuinely wanted to make friends and talk to people. She was here because it was her means to communicate with the outside world, to interact with others. It didn't matter if there were only 30 viewers in her streams, because that meant 30 friends she could talk to. However, when the VTuber boom of 2020 happened, Mouse found her first real growth. The VTuber boom of 2020 was an amalgamation of many factors that contributed to the growth of VTubing as a whole. It created a general fanbase in the international scene, and that fanbase set out for other VTubers to watch. Viewers slowly flooded Ironmouse's streams, as she was fortunately one of the people that benefited from the boom. It would be 2 months later in March 2020 where she would first breach 100 live viewers, and in the next month of April, she would breach 1,000. All these viewers, donations, and subscribers finally allowed her some money to get better healthcare, make her life more comfortable, and her disease a bit more bearable. It's not just her though. VTubers on Twitch that were previously not so popular to the mainstream like Silverveil, Nianers, and Zentraya found significant growth too, especially Melody, who first caused a spark for the Twitch VTubing community. This shared growth would cause them to form a bond, and this bond with other VTubers would eventually become the foundation of VShojo. Owing to the popularity and growth of these talents, VShojo became one of the absolute behemoths of the EN VTubing sphere, with a company policy that's one of the best among VTuber companies. After joining VShojo, Ironmouse would continue her gradual growth, and making more and more friends as her career developed. Within just a span of 8 months, Ironmouse had turned from a Twitch streamer that nobody knew to one of the most recognized VTubers in the EN community. But her growth wouldn't stop or stagnate here. In fact, her growth would only accelerate when a certain Welshman who knew jack shit about VTubers invaded her life. Connor and Ironmouse are hailed as one of the best duos in the VTuber scene, even though Connor himself is not a VTuber. Or is he? While not knowing anything about VTubers until Garnt brought it up in late 2020, Connor would branch out and explore the VTubing scene. And while he had made contact with many VTubers before Ironmouse, it was her that he latched onto the most. Connor and Ironmouse's friendship became one of the most wholesome relationships in the community. Their chemistry excellent, their banter gold, and their bond priceless. They were so fun and endearing that the numbers of their clips skyrocketed, and the views of those clips went to the moon. With those doing so well and both people slowly developing their entertainment skills while streaming, Connor and Ironmouse frequently collabed, and this would all result in the viewership, notoriety, and overall growth for both content creators to get even bigger. And when she did her subathon in early 2022, her viewership and overall reputation would grow to unprecedented levels. She became the top female streamer of the first quarter of 2022, and essentially dominated Twitch for that entire period. In fact, even now, she's still the top VTuber in the platform. Achievements like that brought more attention to VShojo and Twitch VTubing as a whole, allowing more hidden gems in the community to be shown to the masses. She has essentially become the center of VShojo and the queen of Twitch VTubing. You see, to many people, Ironmouse feels realer than a lot of VTubers despite her kayfabe. She's chaotic, unpredictable, and raw, yet at the same time she's vulnerable, respectful, and wholesome. And the thing that got her this absolute success in the first place is word of mouth. In her quest to make friends in the internet, she has made a shit ton, and those friends have all but positive things to say about her. Word spread about this one VTuber that's extremely sweet, entertaining, and strong, and you get this mix of many fanbases overlapping with one another and making up Ironmouse's fanbase. She's one of the VTubers that you literally just can't hate. Not because people feel bad that she has a health condition, but because she's just that nice a person. Her reputation would even go far outside the VTuber industry. While yes, the big names of Hololive and Nijisanji may extend outside the industry too, whenever someone from the outside wants to learn about the community more, Ironmouse is the one they reach out to. And that's because she's one of the most approachable, open, and welcoming members of the community. She has friends that vouches for her, and her reputation makes it so that she's the best person to approach for those kinds of things. Maxtor, Anthony Padilla, Dr. K, people not familiar with VTubing choose to approach Ironmouse when breaking into the industry. That's how far and wide her reputation has reached. That's how wide her circle of friends have become. That's how legendary her name is right now. Even inside the VTubing community, Nijisanji, Hololive, indies, and VTuber adjacent content creators all gather around her due to her genuine likability. Someone so infectiously positive despite such dire circumstances. That's essentially why Mouse stands out. Why she has become a figure of great renown in the last couple years. She's one of the most inspiring people this industry ever had. And the fact that she has a crippling health condition but still manages to accomplish the things she has done is telltale of her resolve and strength as a human being and her skills as an entertainer. A girl as small as a mouse, but as strong as iron. Her story is a story of extreme struggle, of making lemonades from lemons. From the lonely girl who lost her entire life ahead of her, to the girl that's still struggling, but one that's now surrounded with friends and can finally face her future with her chin up. And perhaps that's something that can inspire people to keep struggling as well, to still do their best despite crippling circumstances, to not lose hope, to be just as strong and persistent as she is. Hey everyone, thanks for watching this video. Leave a like and comment down below if I've missed something or if you have something to add. And if you'd like to support me, joining my membership or Patreon will be the best way to do so. And again, thanks to World of Warships for sponsoring this video. Again, links in the description. Anyway, that's it. See ya.